What's up, Internet? Matt here, and I have taken the FX30 out of the box and tried to use it. So this is some sample footage that I've taken. It's about 20 minutes worth. I hope you enjoy. And I'm using the Sony FX30. I'm using the 35 1.4 G Master, and I'm using the Moment anamorphic adapter, and trying to get the taking lens, the 35 millimeter, at infinity to focus on infinity, and then play around with the focus on the Moment adapter. You see, I finally pulled it together towards the end here, and it came out great. Of course, I had to take it outside. I was sitting out with my brother, and I wanted to try to capture the view from behind my house. You can see the mountains and the shadows and everything are coming through. I'm actually kind of playing with the ND filter, so I have a Polar Pro ND filter on there. You can kind of see me adjust it. And first thing I've noticed right out of the bat is that trying to capture the focus, like to pull focus on this tiny monitor. I need to get a monitor. I don't know what to buy. You can see his face is a little blurry here, but it kind of all comes together. Eventually, I was able to pull focus like properly, and I have my focus peaking on. I had it set to white, but I changed it to red later down the line, and you'll see that over the last 4 days, this is basically me using the FX30 for a week. So for over the week, I just pulled it out every single day, and I tried it out in every single situation I could use it. Obviously, it's a very expensive setup, so I didn't want to just pull it out everywhere. But the entire experience has been completely new to me. I'm more of a photographer, and I usually, focus on, the exposure triangle. In that aspect, it's a little bit different with video, because you have to worry about frame rate impacting your exposure triangle and other aspects, like using an adapter like I'm using, or using something that doesn't quite stabilize easily. And I think I just need a monitor. I need a grip, a better grip to hold it a little bit better, but also a monitor. You see, I'm like focusing on my daughter here, and it's not quite sharp, but then I move it back just a tiny bit, like half an inch, and it just gets really clear. So that's what I'm like learning, is like when to move it, how to use it, and not relying on autofocus, because that is not really the way to go when you're trying to, capture something cinematic, especially in various conditions. Here's just a shot of low light. I wanted to practice with low light. First day trying to shoot, and just trying to get used to everything. Seeing how close like I could get things. I've watched so much YouTube. This guy right here on YouTube is a really good resource for FX30 content. I'll leave his stuff linked in the description. Definitely check him out. But this is like, you can see the aftermath of me trying to edit. I was eating some Mambas. I love those candies. And playing around here with the light flare, I realized I really wasn't playing around too much with it, aside from the first power on. And I realized that I also turned my adapter, and it wasn't quite straight. So the flare was kind of crooked. And you can see, this is me like rolling around on my chair, trying to see what rolling shutter looks like, look at like how the distortion is on the left and the right, and just trying to like walk around. You can see and feel every single footstep that I'm taking. It's kind of crazy. And what's really wild right now is I'm actually being as like slow and deliberate as possible. And look how shaky this is. And my daughter is having a great time with me with this camera. She's loving the screen time. And they are just hilarious to record. Hopefully I can share more of them with you guys. But, kids are going to be kids. And those are the dogs. There goes Chevy, and there goes Alfred. And as you can see, they're super, super blurred out. And I'm trying to focus on the TV right now, just to see if I can pull it off. and it's not quite working like I expected. It's there. It is right now, but it's sometimes the focus peaking does not work like I want it to. Not quite sure what the problem is. I can do a magnification sometimes if I need to, but I can't. I haven't learned how to like trigger that initially. Like I wish there was a button I could hit, and then I can focus. But it only works when I focus with the taking lens and not the moment adapter. Here's some more low light performance. Obviously, I didn't adjust any settings. So I got to take the FX30 and the whole entire setup to a camping trip with the family. And here is a shot of the propane fire pit. And I mean, just check out the black levels here. I really got to see this on a OLED screen, because when I play this full screen on my BenQ professional designer monitor, this looks absolutely amazing. Let me know down below what you guys think of the footage that I've gotten so far, and if you guys recommend any monitors. If you're a filmmaker, or a cinematographer, let me know what brands you trust and have failed you, because I'm really looking to build out a rig, but I'm seeing that the options are kind of limited to like small rig and Tilta, and 8Sin is somebody that I used on my EOS R, so I'm considering trying to buy a cage from them. But I do need to rig this up. I need some lens support. I am putting so much weight on my mount, and I don't want to break anything. But you can see the low light here is really good. Just the man, this is so good. Like my brother's he's using my headlamp to make some s'mores, and I'm just bouncing in between warm and cool light, bright and soft light, and the fact that it just balances it so well. Like look at the fire on his head versus the headlamp. Trying to pull focus in different environments was a good exercise. I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm glad I'm just using the camera every day as much as I can to try to capture footage, because it's honestly not. Because it's honestly the only way I'm going to get better at this. I may not have shared this with too many people, but I am going to share it with you guys, because this is a community that I'm glad that you guys stuck with me for a while. And the purpose of this camera and the purpose of this channel going forward is really for me to document my journey as a cinematographer, filmmaker, and I want to also talk about the technology that I'm using to go on these adventures and everything around it. So stay tuned for the ride. I think it's going to be a fun adventure. I'm really honored to share it with you guys, and I think that is really, I know that this is what I really want to do. I have some goals I want to achieve. I know I'm going to achieve them. I just got to do the work, and this is me doing the work and sharing it with you guys. And one thing that I've been practicing is pulling focus on different subjects, like knowing which way to go. This is like one of my favorite shots right here with my brother when he looks up at me with the light and the fire in his glasses. It just looks so dope. I couldn't help it. When I say these s'mores were like some of the best s'mores I've had, my wife really knows how to, I don't know. She does her thing when it comes to cooking. She knows how to just make anything good. But we got these jumbo marshmallows, and they were really hard to cook. But my brother was having fun cooking it. Like look at the light flare, and then look at like the fire in his glasses, and you see I'm trying to settle my hand here because I had to move, and boom, I hit focus, and ooh, look at that. That's Hell's Kitchen right there. That's what he says in the audio. But yeah, this is crazy. Just back to the fire again. Like if you have a OLED screen, play this on YouTube full resolution and let me know what you think. I know that my base ISO was 2500 here. It should have been 800. I need to like set my camera for like a low light mode and then like a really high mode, and then that way I can adjust it. Because I'm learning that the Polar Pro ND filter that I've had for years, it has 2 to 5 stops. It's not very convenient. I need something that can come on and off the lens easier. So I'm looking at getting a box. Those also look really cool too. So the next morning we headed out. We packed up everything and we went to the lake again. But I wanted to capture some footage on the way out. So my wife took the wheel of Jade, the Jeep, and so this is me trying to like kind of document some, you know, some road scenes, some of the views out here in Colorado. And as you can tell, man, it looks absolutely beautiful. The sky really did kind of look like this. I know it looks blown out, but it was really, really bright and gray. It was a rainy day, so as you can tell, you can see some of the shadows in the clouds to the left of the mirror there. But yeah, look at the clouds going over the mountains. And again, this is me holding all of this handheld, so you know it's gonna be shaky sometimes. I apologize. So right here, I think I turned the variable ND filter up a little bit. I think I went up to like 3 stops or 4 stops. I was trying to capture I wanted it to look like Seattle. Like you see right here, I switched it over. You can kind of see the difference. So over here, it's kind of bright, you know, bright day, gloomy. And then in the prior shot, it was like, you know, I don't know, twilight. That mountain back there was huge in person. Like perspective is crazy when you're just driving. And people just sit out here in their motorhomes. This shot right here, I don't know what lake this is. I think this is like a smaller lake, but that shot was stunning in person. Back to my dramatic driving scenes that you kind of see in like True Detective. That's what I was kind of going for here. I was just playing around. A lot of things I'm working with here. I'm working with the reflection of the windshield. I'm working with the windshield wiper. I'm working with the raindrops. I'm working with the wind. I'm working with the changing in the lighting conditions because, you know, the sun kept dipping in and out behind the clouds, as well as the mountains. Sometimes the sun would dip behind the mountains and we would lose the sun. So I had to keep adjusting, keep going on the fly. And when my wife changed lanes in this tunnel, I had to snap a still. It looks like something straight from like a True Detective or Breaking Bad or something like that. When we got back home, I finally got my XLR cable for my top handle, my mic attachment for my top handle. So here's an audio test of me talking with my daughter using the the Deity S Mic 2 and the top handle.
And then she said to ice it.
Okay, good. Yeah, mommy knows what to do. I said, yeah, mommy knows what to do.
Yeah, she broke all her bones.
Yeah.
Well, not all her bones. Wait, did she break her neck?
No.
Yeah, then she didn't break all her bones.
Neck injuries typically.
Death.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna show you this footage I got. I'm gonna do it again in slow motion. Man, this slow motion looks amazing. I really, really, really wish I did not shoot at the base ISO of 2500 because it's still a little grainy to me. But I thought it did a good job of pulling focus while she was moving back and forward towards me. So that was kind of hard. And then also, this file was huge. I think it was 200 megabits. I shot it like 422 or something like that. Just all these, man, this is just a whole new world for me, guys. Again, I'm just a photographer. I keep saying just, and I'm just a photographer, but trying to be a filmmaker, a cinematographer, and these are just There's just way more variables than I'm used to. But I'm having a blast learning all of this. I mean, like I'm focused right now on the hammock. Like you can see the threading in the hammock, like perfectly. But and her unicorn on her pants. Man, this would have been an amazing shot. But lessons learned, bro. Like you gotta fail. You gotta fail so you can really make stuff happen, or you're just gonna keep making crappy stuff. This is another test of the microphone. I wanted to practice with her talking to me. I was adjusting the audio levels to see if I can capture. I think I have this at like a gain of 5 or 3, I think, on the top handle. And then my wife walks in and I try to pull focus on her, also get her talking to see how it all sounds and make sure that it sounds clear. It's just practicing moving it around and trying to keep it steady. Here goes Beta. Alfred is behind the box, chilling by Andrea. You can't see her, but here goes Chevy. He's over here chilling. I'm trying to get a cool shot through the hammock and see if I could get him. He's over there just chilling, chewing on his yak cheese. But you see, like the shadows in his furs are not coming out and things like that. I wish I would have exposed that a little bit better. Here's the sunset, but here's the mountains again. And here you can see way more detail in the clouds. You can even see some of the overcast over the Front Range and even some of the rest of the mountains. You're looking at the Rocky Mountains here, guys. So they are vast and deep. This is, I actually went outside to go grab something from my car. And I wanted to check out how this would perform, again, with different lighting conditions. This was blue hour, so it's not blue hour, it's after golden hour. And I'm playing with the ND filter, trying to keep everything nice and tight. And you see here, my driveway is slanted, so it didn't look right. I didn't really like this as a composition. But again, walking around with this heavy camera and like trying to adjust everything on the fly is been pretty fun. And Jay looks so good with the awning and the tent. We just got back from camping and the setup worked out great. I couldn't have asked for more. So here's like a test of some close-up shots. I'm standing about less than a foot away from the hood of my car, and you can see I'm able to get focus pretty clear. There are lots of scratches actually in the fender, but you can't really see it on the black part of the Jeep because the detail is so soft with this anamorphic adapter. But it pulls focus really good. It looked really good. Again, it's shaking like crazy. It's could be a lot better. But I mean, I'm loving every bit of this camera and how it just captures light. And you can see here, I'm trying to focus right on the fender and see if I can get the signal light and try to pull something like some type of hand gesture transition. This is me doing a pull away, and I'm going to reveal the Arasaka. Boom. That's pretty dope. And here's I don't know. I've always liked this composition, where you get like the tail light and the back wheel, and then the street and the environment, and kind of like pan away. So I was just kind of playing around there, see what that looks like. As soon as I got back inside, my daughter was so excited. I got her the Breath of the Wild strategy guide, so she was just telling me about everything, and again, overhead light, warm lighting conditions. You can kind of see me in the background on the reflection. You see I'm kind of holding the top handle with my right hand, and then I'm holding the lens and supporting it with my left hand. And same thing with my son. He's in a much better lit area. It is a much easier situation. And here I am back at my desk, getting ready to dump all the footage. And I wanted to see how close I could pull focus again, to see if I could get any, static shots like on the table. And as you can see, it's extremely blurry. I really couldn't pull focus very well. The moment adapter does really well when you're focusing on infinity and you're shooting at a mountain. It looks amazing. But anywhere else, it's kind of hard. Well, I really appreciate you guys sticking through with me. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I need you to go down there and in the comment section and tell me what you think of some of this footage. Stay tuned, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Stay up.